Welcome to Mr. Nussbaum 365. This is the subscription version of MrNussbaum.com. And today I wanted to show you how to use my new reading comprehension assessment program. Finally, you can now collect student data using my over 300 interactive reading comprehension exercises that all now integrate with Google Classroom. And so today I wanted to show you how to use this. If you are a subscriber to Mr. N365, this assessment program comes with your subscription. If you're not a subscriber to Mr. N365, you can still access the Reading Comprehension Assessment Program by purchasing it off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and eventually I might have other methods as well. But for now, I wanted to show you how this integrates with Google Classroom and how you can put it in your classroom to record student scores and ultimately collect and analyze data. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Mr. N365. Now, a couple things here. I also have a spreadsheet available if you're a subscriber to Mr. N365, or if you purchase this from Teachers Pay Teachers. And that spreadsheet is very easy to use. It'll enable you to filter all of the reading comprehension exercises by grade level appropriateness, by lexile level, by passage length, by passage subject, subsubject, number of questions. However you want to do it, you will be able to find multiple reading comprehension exercises, most likely dozens or even hundreds, suitable for your students. And the great thing about these is they do a fantastic job of prepping students for standardized tests in reading, and they're also interesting. They're all either science or social studies topics. So these are mostly informational text exercises, but there's also compare and contrast, some text structure and things like that, and we're always adding more of these literally on a daily basis. So anyway, to get started, like I said, you click on subjects and you go to language arts. If you're a subscriber to Mr. N365, I would recommend going right to the reading comprehension online. And second, and you can see, you can scroll through the hundreds of these available. About 90% of these come with a link that says available on Google Classroom. And that means that you can copy these right into Google Drive and then Google Classroom. So let's find one. Let's go with, Continental Army Reading Comprehension. I can actually click on the exercise itself and copy it to Google Classroom from there, or I don't even have to go to it. I can copy it directly to Google Classroom by clicking on this link. And that's what I'm going to do. And it says copy document. Would you like to make a copy of the Continental Army Reading Comprehension exercise? Once I click make a copy, it's going to actually convert that reading comprehension exercise into a Google form. And it's automatically going to be placed in your Google Drive. So I click make a copy, and all of a sudden I have this reading comprehension exercise, this Google form that I can give to my students, and it's exactly the same. It looks a little different, but it's essentially exactly the same as those on my website. Now, how do I get this to students? Okay, so now is the time where we go to Google Classroom. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I'm logged into my Google Classroom. If I'm logged into Drive, I'm logged into my Google Classroom. I'm gonna click this Classwork tab. Then I'm gonna go to the big Create button. I click Create. I'm going to scroll down to Quiz Assignment. I do have to give it a title. That's all I'm going to do here. Continental Army. Call it RC. If you use Google Classroom, you're undoubtedly familiar with all of the things that you need to do here on the right, the different classes, the amount of points, the due date, etc. The next thing I'm going to do, very important, that I click to the blank quiz is already attached, but I need to get rid of that by clicking this X. Instead, I'm going to go to the Add button. Go to Google Drive. Wait a couple seconds, here is where I've made the copy of the Continental Army Reading Comprehension. I'm just going to double click on that. I'm going to make sure that my grade importing is on. If I want to be able to put this into my Google Classroom gradebook, there has to be grade importing. It's as simple as that. I click assign, and once I do that, that is available to your students. And when your students take the Continental Army Reading Comprehension exercise, all of those scores will automatically be inserted into your Google Classroom gradebook. You'll be able to see who's finished it, who hasn't finished it, and if you're familiar with Google Classroom, this should all be, this should all be well known to you. Okay, so that is how I get. So just last thing here, I can assign it. I have it right here. I'm assigning it to my class right now, and now they'll be able to access it. And so that's how I get these to my students, and my students can now log in and take these assessments. Now I have a separate video to show you exactly how to analyze the data beyond just what shows up in your score, in your gradebook, and that's done simply in Google Drive. Okay, that's it. I hope you find this useful.